Hi, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Bang On Engineering. My name's Dave, and I thought I'd do a YouTube channel. Everyone else is doing it, so why not? So I'll give you a little tour of my workshop, some of the plans I've got, some ideas, and yeah. So what we'll do is, this is the workshop, the garage. Or a couple of people have said this is where the magic happens. I just find it's just somewhere I would like potting about, making projects, and yeah, so we'll go through it. Got my bandsaw, eBay purchase. I love eBay, nice bargains. But yeah, got my little bandsaw, love it, it's old, and it does what I need it to do, so yeah, I like it. Bandsaw, not my bandsaw, my Sound Blaster, another eBay bargain. I haven't used it too much, but I've got a couple, I've got a project lined up for it, which I will get to later on in some videos. I'll tell you a bit about it today, and yeah, that's my old Sound Blaster. I've done a video on this, on modifying it, so if you want to check that out, I'll drop it in the links description. I've got my parts washer, stroke table, another little 50cc engine here I've got for the project I've got lined up. Looking forward to this project. I think it'll be quite fun, like, because it's something something I used to do when I was younger. So I thought to myself, I'm going to put an engine on it instead now. Why not? Got my telly, watch my YouTube on. Little Silverline bench grinder. Not a bad thing, but it vibrates a lot. But it's a handy little tool to have. Let's go back on the Sound Blaster. I've got oil filter housings for ST225s and Volvos that I do for a local company, BD Performance. So you'll probably see a few little videos I do for them, and little bits and bobs that I'm potting about, which is stuff that I'm doing for them, or I borrow the odd tool off them as well. My little bench here, another little project I do for BD Performance, which is fuel swirl pots for the 225s, just to get, I think they use them to get more power out of, more fuel delivery, just to get more power out of the cars. So that's another little project I do for them. Little projects, I've got my lamps that I started doing. Still need to finish them off. Started doing a video for them. Just thought it'd be a bit something different for people to watch. Just making some lamps. Drill a hole right through them, stuff like that. And the hardware. Obviously not these bulbs. I want to go for an old type bulb, make it a bit more rustic. So yeah, that's another project we do here. I have all my chargers here, Makita, Milwaukee, they're there. I've got all my drills on the back, cordless drills, impact drills. I've got my bench drill that I have. It's only a cheap make, but it does what I need it to do, and because I've moved on from this now, so I don't really use this as much, because I've got another one. I can, not another one, but I use my milling machine for most of the stuff I drill now. So yeah, little generator, which is in for some repairs on the carpet. So that'll be another video I get to soon as. Got all my drawers, there's nothing in them at the minute. I've just plonked them there because they were in the way and I needed some floor space for a couple of projects I'm doing. Got my family size toilet roll that I use to wash my hands, to oil and that off my hands. That's there. Got all my toolboxes, which are a bit cluttered, but if I clean it within minutes, it's just a mess again, so I just leave them as they are. It's too much hassle to clean them all the time. All underneath my benches is where I keep all my junk, all the odd power tools, nuts and bolts, stuff like that. I won't go into them because they're just a mess, and that's just where I keep all my junk, just to keep the place tidy. So yeah, that's that. The red toolbox is where I keep all my engineer stuff, files, levels, squares, milling bits. I keep all my welding bits in there, cups, stuff like that. Middle one, keep all the stuff in plasma cutter because I've got a little import plasma cutter. I use that for a couple of projects, but mine's broke at the moment and I've borrowed one from BD Performance to do a couple of bits and bobs with brackets and stuff like that for one of the projects I've got. So yeah, but I've got all my cups and that in there. The end one, tap and die set, standard stuff. Got all my milling stuff, my squares, milling cutters. I do eventually want to get all these in maybe a little filing cabinet next to the milling machine, just so it's more organised and I've got a bit more bench space, because at the minute I've just have them set out on the bench just to save losing any in here, lose anything in here. A normal bench, it's got a small metal top on it that I use just for when I'm welding, but it's not on there permanently. Ideally, I want a full top metal bench, just so it's easier for welding and stuff like that. On my vacuum there, I just chuck bits and bobs in there as and when I don't need them, or when I want to, just when I'm doing projects I can just chuck bits in there and I know exactly where they all are, and that's all there. Screws, nuts, bolts, all gets dumped in there. I've got my cutting discs all on the wall, my flapper discs on the wall. I have my little dustpan and brush to have a tidy up in between projects and stuff like that. Got my little rotary table, again borrowed from BD Performance, that I use for doing catch cans. Still not the best for me welding, but I give it a good go. I'm getting there eventually, but the more I do it, the better. I've got me AC/DC TIG welder. Absolutely love this thing. Not the best at it, but I love it. I've got my Clark 160 MIG welder that I've got. I've had that for about probably 10-11 years, and it's more than paid for itself. But I'm thinking maybe now, with more projects that I'm doing, I might need to invest in maybe a bigger one. So that's something I want to look into further down the line. I have my big argon bottle. Do want to change, not so much change, but keep the argon, but I want to mix gas as well, because I'm using argon for MIG welding as well, and I think I need another one just to make the argon last a bit longer. So yeah, got my milling machine, which I purchased earlier on this year. It came up cheap on Marketplace and I just could not refuse to not go and get it. so I went and got it, and yeah, absolutely love it. Got a few modifications I want to do to it. I want to put a DRO onto it. Got problems with the power switch, so I'm upgrading the power switch. I'm also going to put the reverse switch on it as well, so I can use it for power tapping. And yeah, I absolutely love it. Made up with it. I've got my old Myford NL4 milling machine, lathe. Love this. I love it because it's old, and yet it does some of the projects I need it to do. Maybe in the future I'll get something bigger, maybe a Harrison or a Boxford, something like that. But yeah, love it. Keep on me milling stuff on here. I've got my little project I made, which inspired me to make a bigger one, and I made my bigger one. So if you want to see how this was done, there'll be a video up on this, maybe 2 or 3 videos of how I done it. So yeah, that's all done. And I've got my old Clark bandsaw down here. This was another purchase I done earlier on this year, and not done a lot with it yet, but in the future, lots of projects on, ready for this. So yeah, that's about it really in here. It's always cluttered, always projects, always something going on in here, whether it's big projects or small projects, but yeah, it's something always being done in here on a weekend. Work full time in the week, but weekend I come in here, do the odd projects, and I love it. So yeah, that's it. That's the little workshop, garage. So if you like what you see, like, subscribe, share. Stick some comments down below of projects that you want to see. You know, whether it's, I don't have a lot of space, but I can do some projects. So yeah,